Good morning. I am Cornell College chaplain Malia White. As you are so moved by your own faith and conscience, please join me as I offer our prayer of invocation. To the one who has called us each by name, we invite your presence as we celebrate the accomplishments of this graduating class. As our students prepare to walk across the stage, may we pause in prayerful gratitude for all that has made this moment possible. For the families and others whose shoulders they stand upon, those who supported and sacrificed to see this hopeful moment. For faculty, staff, and administrators who challenged and offered care throughout their academic journey. For fellow students from whom they've learned about friendship and collaboration. And as our graduating students hear their own names spoken aloud today, may we each hear your voice offer a word of purpose for our lives. Empower us to live lives that follow our calling, that we may strengthen and care for one another and your good earth as we walk together through this life. May we revel in this moment as we remember together and send these students across this threshold into the rest of their lives. Amen.
Welcome and good morning. You may be seated. I am Jan Thomas, a graduate of the class of 1980 and currently the chair of the Board of Trustees at Cornell College. As chair, I now convene this commencement ceremony honoring the graduates of 2025 and bringing to a close our academic year. In this exercise, Cornell College renews its life and mission and recognizes the achievements of our newest alumni. I now call upon Mr. Jonathan Brand, President of Cornell College, and I'm pleased to turn over these festivities to him on behalf of the Board of Trustees and the faculty of Cornell.
Festivities indeed. Welcome, graduates, parents, families, and friends. As we officially bring to a close our 172nd year, we come together to celebrate a milestone, one marked by dedication, growth, and community. Today, we are joined by representatives from across all of Cornell, students, alumni, emeriti faculty, current faculty and staff, and members of the Board of Trustees. A special thank you goes to the Commencement Committee, as well as the dedicated staff from Marketing and Communications, Academic Affairs, Facility Services, and Bon Appetit Food Service. Your hard work has made this day meaningful and memorable for all of us, so thank you. To our graduates, today is about you. It's about your journey, your achievements, and the exciting path that lies ahead for each and every one of you. You have met the expectations set forth by our faculty, and in so doing, you have earned the distinction of being graduates of Cornell College. But this day, of course, marks more than your own accomplishment. It's also a celebration of the dreams and hopes of your families and your friends. Everyone who is here today has supported you in reaching this moment today. And yes, once again, commencement coincides with Mother's Day. So today, let's take a moment. We honor mothers, grandmothers, stepmothers, mothers-in-law, anyone who serves in a maternal role. So to our students, I invite you to stand and applaud these extraordinary individuals for the love, encouragement, and sacrifice. And to the mothers, all the students have promised that they're going to make lunch for you today. Finally, I would like to extend a heartfelt welcome to Bishop Kanitha Begum Sai, who has joined us from Des Moines. For those who may not know, Cornell has been affiliated with the Methodist Church since our founding in 1853. This long-standing connection reflects our shared belief in the power of education to prepare individuals for leadership, service, and for the advancement of society. Bishop Kanitha, we thank you for your gift of your presence here today with us.
Grace and peace to you this morning, President Brand, trustees, students, faculty, families, and friends. I am so honored to share this time with you today. As the United Methodist Bishop of Iowa and parts of Illinois, I serve on the denomination's Board of Higher Education and Ministry. That body nurtures our church's relationships with institutions of higher learning. It provides resources to train clergy and support students across the globe. The United Methodist Church has some 12 million members worldwide and nearly 600 churches in Iowa. We have a history of supporting higher education with our affiliated institutions spanning 5 continents, more than 80 countries, and numbering near 1,000. Cornell College is one of those institutions, and we are grateful for this long-standing relationship. Cornell College opened as the Iowa Conference Seminary in 1853, not as what we now know as a seminary, but as a co-educational frontier school offering a wide-ranging college preparatory curriculum. Its founder was the Reverend George Bryant Bowman, a United Methodist minister. The collegiate program was introduced 4 years later, and the school was renamed Cornell College after William Wesley Cornell, a devout United Methodist, who, by the way, was not the namesake of that other school in Ithaca. Cornell College, this one in Iowa, is today an institution of excellence that welcomes people of all faiths and of no faith. Its mission is not directly centered in the mission of the United Methodist Church, but we share similar values. Cornell values education that grows minds and prepares leaders to face the hard issues of our day. Cornell values the curiosity and discovery and nurtures free and open inquiry. Cornell fosters the intellectual, moral, and personal growth of its students and believes that everyone within diverse community should be afforded dignity and respect. Cornell bases its teaching and community life in civic and social responsibility. Your relationship with the United Methodist Church reinforces these values. Our founder, John Wesley, encouraged spiritual growth as well as intellectual growth and was committed to equal access to education so that all could become contributing citizens. Our commitment to equity and civic responsibility fuels our support for higher education in the United States and theological education in Africa, Europe, Asia, and throughout the world. In line with our commitments to diversity and inclusion of all people, we also support 11 historically Black colleges and universities through the Black College Fund. We affirm with Cornell College an emphasis on ethics and social justice. We believe that our faith is lived out in social action, and we center ourselves in the love of God and neighbor. Our membership vows commit us to resisting evil and oppression in every form they present themselves. We hold our social principles at the center of who we are. These are statements that lay out for us what it means to be an ethical Christian and a faithful United Methodist. The preamble to our social principles says these words, and I quote, "Jesus calls every generation to wholehearted discipleship, practicing compassion with our families and neighbors, honoring the dignity and worth of all people near and far, recognizing the systems that destroy human lives through poverty, war, and exclusion, and advocating justice and care in our churches, communities, and social structures. God calls us further to be stewards of creation, caring for the skies and waters, soil and plants, and all beings." Graduates, we are living in a time in which these values and the values that have been ingrained in you at Cornell must be lived out. And because of your experiences at Cornell, experiences that have nurtured our common values, I know that you will stand on the side of compassion, of mercy, of justice, and ultimately of love. And you will never stand alone. You will have fellow travelers on the way, including those who taught you, nurtured you, and walked beside you. You will also have us, your friends in the United Methodist Church, praying for you, supporting you, and cheering you on. God bless you on your achievement today and on the journey ahead.
Thank you, Bishop Kenitha. Good morning. I'm Eileen Crawford, Cornell's Provost, Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Professor of English. In 1992, I graduated magna cum laude from Cornell College, and in a little while, I will have the honor of reading the names of the graduates and their cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude distinctions for the Cornell class of 2025 as they cross the stage. We will build toward that moment by hearing from speakers selected by the graduates and honoring several retiring faculty who have contributed to the graduates' achievements. It is our tradition to welcome a member of the senior class to deliver our first address. Savannah Scheffler, will you please come to the stage as our senior speaker? Savannah is a politics and kinesiology exercise science major from Springfield, Illinois. She's been deeply involved on campus, serving her peers as Vice President of Student Senate, New Student Orientation Coordinator, and flock leader. She helped recruit students as a tour guide and tour guide manager, and she played on the lacrosse team. In her sophomore year, Savannah was chosen for the Cornell Summer Research Institute project team that created a plan for getting out the vote on campus. Her service and hard work have prepared her well, and this fall she will enter the graduate program at American University's School of Public Affairs. Please welcome Savannah to the stage.
Good morning, faculty, staff, friends, loved ones, and most importantly, my peers. I wanted to personally thank you for taking the time out of your busy lives to attend our graduation ceremony. I want to recognize the honor and privilege it is here to speak today on behalf of my peers. I would like to share something all with you today that a friend of mine told me. You cannot move mountains without moving pebbles first. We have the privilege to move pebbles in our future. So whatever is next, do not fear it. Welcome this new path with open arms. Our class has been a part of an integral rebuilding of our community. One block, one conversation, one organization, and of course, one study abroad at a time. The journey was never easy, but that's what makes it meaningful. We have become an untapped, powerful generation shaped by challenge, but not defined by it. We are resilient, resourceful, and ready. Often on the other side of fear, we find an overwhelming opportunity and shift in perspective. Mistakes are just a simplified word for lived experiences with opportunity for growth. Know this, you are well suited for the next chapter in our lives. Always be kind to yourself. Sometimes we feel as though our accomplishments are not enough or not what we deserve. I'm here to tell you, you are enough and you deserve to be celebrated. Success is not measurable upon a uniform scale. That's the beautiful thing about life. We get to determine what that looks like for ourselves. I encourage each of us during the hard times in our life to reflect upon how far we have come and the things we've accomplished, because no matter how small or large it might be, the most important thing is you did it. Speaking of success, I would like to take a moment to thank those who have supported our class throughout the past 4 years. To our professors and advisors who guided us through the unknowns of college academia, to our loved ones who never gave up on us, and of course, to our friends who helped us find joy when the unknown seemed dark. As Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Only when it is dark enough can you see the stars." I would like to personally thank Megan Goldberg and Christy Johnson for the guidance they have given me. What a privilege it is to live at the same time as both of you. And to Nick, thank you for challenging me as a leader to continue to grow. I cannot wait to see what life has in store for you. And to my fellow graduates, lead with compassion and empathy, but take pride in how far we have come. After all, you can do anything in 18 days. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Savannah. Professor Megan Goldberg, will you please come to the podium? The faculty address is delivered by a professor nominated by the senior class. Their selection recognizes the strong contribution they have made to the lives and learning of members of this class. This year, we are honored to have Assistant Professor of American Politics, Megan Goldberg, as our faculty speaker. Megan has taught at Cornell since 2019 and is frequently sought out by news media to comment on a variety of political topics. Megan earned her PhD in political science from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Good morning, Megan.
As a politics professor, many of you in the room might know me as sometimes cynical and occasionally pessimistic. But I prefer to call that combination analytical. But I did figure that cynicism and pessimism probably weren't the right vibe for this. So as I was writing this address, I turned to another millennial woman you might be a little more familiar with for inspiration. 3 years ago, in a commencement address to NYU graduates, Taylor Swift instructed the audience to learn to live alongside cringe. Cringe is unavoidable over a lifetime. So I apologize in advance and ask you to allow me to be a little cringy while I talk about your time here at Cornell and what we want for you as you leave. Now, even as a fan, I will say, not all of Taylor's words are worth taking to heart. A few months after that commencement address, she released a new album with a song that ended with, "You're on your own, kid. You always have been." That idea that you are ultimately all alone is one that I hope you leave behind in track 5 of the Midnight's album. While today we are largely celebrating the accomplishments you've made academically over the past 4 years, I want to spend this time talking about the way in which during those same 4 years, you have formed a real community here, forged connections to people 4 years ago you didn't know existed. Maybe it was your freshman year, and you're gonna be here for the next 4 years. And you looked at your new roommate and said, it feels like a perfect night for breakfast at midnight. Maybe you bonded over the Iowa winter when it's miserable and magical. We believe in those friendships and this community so strongly that if you look around, you aren't next to the person who happens to come next to you in the alphabet, but next to your friends who you wanted to share the day with. And what we want you to take away from those friendships and this community is the understanding that it's together that you have power. Over 2 years ago, 18 of you right here raised your hands for a sophomore year seminar with me where you were willing to go up to friends and strangers with a voter registration form and say, I've got a blank space. Can I write your name? It might only be together you registered nearly 200 voters in a single block. That 200 might only be 1/300th of an Eras Tour crowd, but 3 different Iowa races were decided by 10 or fewer votes in 2022. That type of power, formed not by unilaterally seeking it for yourselves, but finding it together in community, is exactly what we mean when we say we want you to practice citizenship through collaboration. As you leave the hilltop, it's important to remember that our community, our country, and our world are shaped and saved, not by institutions, but by our collective participation and active citizenship in those communities. The challenge for you in this next stage is that after working for 4 years to build this community, you have to do it all again and make the moves up as you go. Tomorrow, you will all head off to your new chapters that might scatter your friends and classmates across the country or even across the globe. You might find yourself on your own kid. But you can face this. Engaging in community, again, will take being a little cringe. It will take being uncomfortable. It will take sometimes being willing to talk to a stranger. The good news is that you have done this before. 4 years ago, the faculty sitting over here were just a bunch of strange nerds in weirder robes, clapping for you on the Ped Mall at NSO. Today, you formed relationships with us, so we're a much more familiar group of nerds, still in the robes, now with hats, saying, long live all the mountains we moved. We had the time of our lives fighting dragons and blocks with you.
Thank you very much, Megan. Will Professor of Physics and Engineering Nilafar Cameron please escort W.F. Johnston Professor of Physics and Engineering Kara Beauchamp to the platform.
Each year at commencement, we recognize faculty retiring from full-time duties who have served the college with distinction by awarding them the honorary title of Professor Emeritus or Emerita. Today, I am pleased to recognize 3 faculty who have been nominated by their colleagues and granted this distinction by the Board of Trustees.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Kara Beauchamp for the conferring of the rank of Professor Emerita of Physics and Engineering.
Professor Beauchamp's colleagues in the Physics and Engineering Department have prepared the following citation. Kara Beauchamp, the W.F. Johnston Professor of Physics and Engineering is an exceptional individual, a remarkable educator, a committed scientist, and a valued colleague. Cornell College and the Department of Physics and Engineering have been fortunate to have Kara among their ranks for over 23 years. She has been instrumental in shaping our robust engineering program, securing its ABET accreditation, and ensuring the maintenance of the highest standards in our field. As the principal investigator and director of a National Science Foundation-supported grant, Kara facilitated scholarships for high-achieving students from low socioeconomic backgrounds pursuing majors in STEM fields, furthering inclusivity and diversity within our academic community. Throughout her tenure, Kara has held various leadership roles, including serving as Interim Associate Dean and Associate Dean for our partnership with Beihua University in Jilin, China, and contributing to facilities and curricular strategic planning initiatives. Her dedication to academic excellence and institutional advancement is evident through her leadership on multiple faculty committees. Kara's impact in the classroom is profound. She has expertly taught courses spanning introductory to advanced physics, including astronomy, modern physics, electricity and magnetism, and quantum physics. Additionally, her contributions to the engineering program through courses like engineering design and experimental engineering have been invaluable. Kara's teaching philosophy is characterized by her unwavering commitment to student success and her ability to inspire a passion for learning. Beyond the classroom, Kara has mentored numerous students, guiding them through research projects that span diverse topics, such as mapping the three-dimensional shape of the Rosette Nebula, developing dye-sensitized solar cells, and optimizing the placement of wind turbines in Iowa. Kara's impact on Cornell College and the Department of Physics and Engineering is undeniable. Her tireless dedication has enriched the academic experience for students and fostered a supportive environment for her colleagues.
For these accomplishments, and in recognition of Kara's outstanding service to Cornell, by vote of the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to confer on her today the rank of Professor Emerita of Physics and Engineering.
Congratulations, Kara. Will Associate Professor of Psychology Stephen Nazy please escort Professor of Psychology Alice Gansel to the front of the stage?
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Alice Gansel for the conferring of the rank of Professor Emerita of Psychology.
Professor Gansel's colleagues in the psychology department have prepared the following citation: 26 years of service. This describes Alice Gansel's journey here as a professor in the psychology and behavioral neuroscience department. Of her many accomplishments, the department would first like to commend Alice for building a long-standing relationship with Lisbon Early Childhood Center, the local daycare in Lisbon. Here, students in her child psychology course are required to spend time interacting with children of all ages. This type of experience is critically important in understanding the differences in developmental stages in younger children, and students rave how this experience enhances their learning. These developmental lessons do not stop here. As one faculty member stated, quote, "She is driven by her own intellectual curiosity and research into the adolescent brain. Whenever I visit her in her office, she's eager to share the most recent literature she has been reading on the subject," end quote. Clear evidence of keeping herself and her classrooms on a continued developmental journey. Alice also contributed to the research experiences of students on campus, working to help establish an institutional research board that allows Cornellians to conduct research with human participants. Not only did she oversee this work, she also continued in a role as the chair of this board several times and has helped to manage research on campus ever since. Alice's desire to impact student experiences did not end there, as she has also sponsored numerous internships. One faculty member has stated, quote, This is an area where her considerable gifts as a mentor are clearly visible, and in their heartfelt expressions of gratitude for Professor Ganzel's support. Her record of support and involvement is outstanding and should be recognized as a significant indication of her success in working with students individually, end quote. More recently, Alice has established a sophomore seminar course focused on the relationship between the environment and psychology. She mentioned that this all came together during a trip to Costa Rica. A real estate company was looking to develop a beachfront property that would have disrupted the breeding grounds for leatherback turtles, and the thought occurred to her, why can't they just keep 300 yards as a beachfront for the turtles? This thought grew and led to a course that has helped students understand the need to set aside things for nature, a concept few at that time were exploring as a possibility. As you enter retirement, Alice, keep exploring.
For these accomplishments, and in recognition of Alice's outstanding service to Cornell, by vote of the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to confer on her today the rank of Professor Emerita of Psychology.
Congratulations, Alice. Will Professor of French, Rebecca Wines, please escort Professor of Russian, Lynn Ekach, to the platform.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present Lynn Ekach for the conferring of the rank of Professor Emerita of Russian.
Professor Ekach's colleagues in the Classical and Modern Languages Department have prepared the following citation. Lynn, you came to Cornell in 1992, and for 33 years, you have single-handedly led a vibrant and successful Russian program. Additionally, you collaborated with the International Relations Program, worked with international students as the English as a Second Language coordinator, taught first-year writing seminars, and chaired myriad committees. You are an energetic and positive presence on campus with a deep commitment to teaching, liberal arts, and service. Your career has been a triumph, and you retire from Cornell having made an awesome impact on the college, your colleagues, and your students. You are a passionate, engaging teacher whose students say your support and energy help them achieve the high standards that you set. Your students see your dedication and genuine interest in their growth, not only as learners of Russian language and culture or of writing, but also as people. Your enthusiastic recruitment of students to your Russian 101 course resulted in at least one Cornell wedding, and you have helped numerous students apply for and earn Fulbright scholarships. In short, your students have benefited greatly from your careful guidance and passionate pedagogy. Many have also had the pleasure of sampling your delicious baked goods on special class days. Your service record is truly amazing. You chair the Department of Classical and Modern Languages twice, creating important departmental policies and developing strategic plans on top of your standard duties. You mentored many other faculty, and you contextualize campus discussions with your impressive institutional knowledge. Your leadership of multiple major committees has been exemplary. Your diplomatic gifts encouraged everyone to express their viewpoints and work together to reach consensus. Your care for our campus community is apparent daily. Your kindness and generosity in sharing ideas, inspiration, and feedback are profoundly appreciated by many people across campus. You are an ideal campus citizen. For all of these reasons and more, we recognize how you have shaped the Cornell community and its members for the better. We thank you, and we will miss you greatly, Lynn.
For all of these reasons and more, we recognize that you are worthy of today's honor, and in recognition of this outstanding service to Cornell, by vote of the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to confer on her today the rank of Professor Emerita of Russian.
Congratulations, Lynn. We now come to the most important part of our ceremony today, the presentation of candidates for degrees. President Brand, I have the honor of presenting candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science and Engineering, and Bachelor of Special Studies degrees. These students have successfully completed their course of study, have been recommended by the faculty, and have been approved by the Board of Trustees. I now respectfully request that you, by your official act, confer upon them individually their degrees, and admit them to all associated privileges and obligations.
Thank you. Members of the class of 2025, will you please stand? Upon the recommendation we can't applaud too much, everyone. Upon the recommendation of the faculty, by vote of the Board of Trustees, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the sovereign state of Iowa, I hereby officially confer upon you the baccalaureate degrees you have earned during your course of study here at Cornell, together with all of the rights, privileges, honors, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. I now invite you to move the tassels on your caps to the left-hand side, signifying your achievement as college graduates. You may be seated. Provost Crawford, please read the names of the candidates.
As we begin recognizing our 2025 graduates, let me remind parents and friends here today that there are 2 professional photographers taking pictures of all the graduates. We ask that you please stay seated during the ceremony and take your own photos after the ceremony. Graduates, as I read your names, I will note if you have received all college honors. Students who have distinguished themselves during their academic career at Cornell by their outstanding scholarship are awarded all college honors when their cumulative grade point average is 3.5 or above. Students with a cumulative grade point average of 3.5 to 3.69 graduate cum laude, Latin for with honor. Students with a cumulative grade point average of 3.7 to 3.89 graduate magna cum laude, Latin for with great honor. And students with a cumulative grade point average of 3.9 to 4.0 graduate summa cum laude, Latin for with highest honor. Student marshals, please escort our graduates to the stage. Gabriel Dominic Soda. Fisher Ian James Isaacson. Caleb Frederick Chopin, summa cum laude. Grace Elizabeth Paresis, cum laude. Wallace Jerome Schmotzer. Nicholas Anthony Platre. Brianna Rochelle Osterson. Ellen Nicole Kyries, cum laude. Mason Thomas Ciari. Robert John Sutton III. Trey Lynn Goldman. Roman Christopher West. Tony Ray Gomez Jr., magna cum laude. Sean Calavaya Laikupu. Sebastian Rodolfo Cisneros. Gaurav Kadka. Eduardo Garces. George Archer. Owen Zimmerman Smith. Will Peterson Bickle. Tyler Joseph Bilski, cum laude. Isaac James Hutchings. Simon George Winton Downs, summa cum laude. Eleanor C. Woolham. Faith Emily Bell Kimball. Aria Grace Delora, summa cum laude. Aurora Delaney Elliott. Catherine Mayhew Owen, cum laude. Emma Louise Longnecker. Cecilia Hope Zanoni. Catherine Grace Andries. Megan Hunter Lewis. Henry Jerome Robert Justin, magna cum laude. Charles Edward Link. Andrew Bram Stewart. Gabe Hunt. Roy Jacob Gorter. Carissa Aaron Mize. Nicholas Aaron Schwartz, cum laude. Savannah Helen Elizabeth Scheffler. Shu Shitran. Lydia Margaret Pickard Thurman. Michael Anthony Bahu. Nicholas Egons Yelkin. Tess Ryan Cooper, magna cum laude. Cassie R. Stevens. Emma Madison Rowe, magna cum laude. Jocelyn Raquel McKeever, magna cum laude. Samantha Winter C., cum laude. Kennedy Paige Pulaski. Lane Michael Burnett. Anthony John Hoffman, cum laude. Samuel Allen Brick. Catherine Marie Sager. Ashley Rose Langfeld. Ava Marie Todd. Jonas Landon Bricky. Lara Esther Sander, magna cum laude. Fabian Matthew Brandenburg. Laura Lynn Gibson. Cheyenne Alexis Wimkin. Meredith Kathleen Kozel. Lincoln Joseph Renner. Eliza Grace Carlson, summa cum laude. Oscar Hugo Schobert, cum laude. Jamie Lynn Gilliland, cum laude. Ina Phelps. Grace Ann Rowell, cum laude. Iris May Carroll, magna cum laude. Kyle Robert Newman, cum laude. Fermin Yohani Gonzalez Bolaños. Sophia Marguerite Bechtel. Allie Lois Rayner. Nicholas Benton Collins. Ryan Greg Scala. Cale Jackson Rose. Peyton James Bainbridge, magna cum laude. Raisa Kieran Jacobs. Ryan Evan Mofidi. Thomas John Mashandi. Ethan Lance Wimmer, cum laude. Lindsay Plutz, summa cum laude. Lucille Rose Bransell, cum laude. Natalie Ann Newhouse, summa cum laude. Maya Catherine Numadal, cum laude. Anne Marie Bradley, summa cum laude. Lincoln Greasley, magna cum laude. Vincent Zipperer, summa cum laude. Esteban Perez. Agustin Alfredo Velasquez. Kai Nicholas Brevig. Keegan Scott Murphy. Vincent Emilio Tinajero. Sean Christian Alvarez, magna cum laude. Maya Catherine Mayeski. Catherine Rose Demink. Shania Freeman. Shania Freeman. Julia Grace Walker, summa cum laude. Emily Ann Heiner, magna cum laude. Melfina McCullough. Gregory Carmichael. Emma Elizabeth Stevenson, summa cum laude. Abigail Virginia Burns, magna cum laude. Zachary Thomas Arnold. Simon Andrew Mumford. Grayson Naipo Becker, cum laude. Colby Carl Kerner. Patrick Edward Portugal McConnell. Thomas Hayden Foster. Finian Sean Joyce Velez. Sophie Grace Brown. Elena Huching Grace Fox. Arwen Elizabeth Hopkins. Drew Florence Letchinger, summa cum laude. Rachel Deanna Roosh, summa cum laude. Declan Frederick Emerson Costello. Alyssa Isabel Aliana Fune, cum laude. Laura May McLeese, magna cum laude. Sarah LaPlante Decker, magna cum laude. Lillian Marie Leon, magna cum laude. Dominiquin Edmund Wilcoxon. Nicholas J. Sells. Dakota Brian Seastrom. Curry Joe Jacobs. Samantha Jean Koth. Caitlin Marie Burns. Savian Perez. Sophia Elizabeth Belter, cum laude. Ellen M. Morf, cum laude. Marley G. Gillespie, cum laude. Clara Rose Morgenstern. Robert J. Scoville. Jerome P. Angerer Supel, magna cum laude. Ashton Michael Smith, magna cum laude. Jonathan Michael Vieger, magna cum laude. Zoe Alexis Sands, summa cum laude. Paul F. Kramer, cum laude. Jackson Alejandro Gonzalez. Cale Evan McLaren, cum laude. Landon Sheldon Card, cum laude. Dawson Carter DeJong. Samuel Yao Tokpa. Michael Daniel Redding. Anderson Jones. Matthew Tanner Cox. Julian Christopher Wayne Cleary. Jackson M. Herring. Brexton Kyler Beard. Connor L. Barnett, cum laude. Charles Joseph Robinson. Trey Stephen Tothero. Jaden Matthew Meeker, summa cum laude. Tanner Paul Ingle, magna cum laude. Zachary Arthur Ingle. Tenley Ray Kavanaugh, summa cum laude. Kristen Marie Camrath, magna cum laude. Edwin Paul Holyoke, magna cum laude. Claire Christine Green, summa cum laude. Adeline Richelle Bowman, cum laude. Hannah Patricia Walsh, magna cum laude. Madison Catherine Lockwood, magna cum laude. Catherine Ann Lammers, magna cum laude. Valerie May Hinderman. Ashley Rose Gaffey. Joanna Marie Persiani. Elizabeth Ann Palmer. Amelia Marie Anderson. Scott C. Pio, magna cum laude. Jacob Mason Neve Vuolo. Adrian Shalom Kaplan Mazer, magna cum laude. Sammy Rose Prokaski, summa cum laude. Audrey Sky Montgomery Gardis. Amity Delane Nickel, cum laude. Cody Nathaniel Bruner. Helena Kimberly Hilliard, cum laude. Hannah Irene Seeley. Thomas Ray Cook. Ash Lurlin Murphy Helsher. Alexander Vaughn Wallace. Tori Donald Grayscones, cum laude. Matthew James Norwood, cum laude. Benson Fang. Alexa Marie Brown Guerra, cum laude. Kylie Ellen Madeline Marzullo, magna cum laude. Liliana Tesfaye. Justin Tanner Ringgold, summa cum laude. Annalise Eve Avalar. Elena Marie Avalar, magna cum laude. Athra Manna, magna cum laude. Zoria Celicia Smith Bruce. Natalie Sharon Zeng. Julian Cameron Scosi Lalonde, magna cum laude. Grant Adam Morris, cum laude. Gracie Ann Erickson, summa cum laude. Emma Jean Slaymaker, cum laude. Fiona Morgan Anderson, summa cum laude. Kaylana Selme Sue. Madeline June Maley. Kimberly Ann Hall. Sarah Youngkwa Reno, cum laude. Jason Alexander Ramos. Seth James Reed Cargill. Razan Hamza. Sophia A. Dominguez Lowry. Elisafe Alondra Moreno. Joshua Castillo Rodriguez. Keegan Smith. Olivia Faith Neiman, cum laude. Erin Genevieve Fitzgerald, summa cum laude. Lauren Danielle Culp, summa cum laude. Trevor Hildebrand Mackey. Josie Ray Seibel. Kaya Denise Qual Farage, cum laude. Percy Jamal Johnson. Trajan Kayvon Lewis. Zoe Marissa Lopez, magna cum laude. Shirley Stephanie Romero Carreon. Luis Angel Lopez. Allison Ann Brennan. Abby Lagassa Teclamariam. Caleb Christopher Whaley. Elijah Ryan Anderson. Paxton Michael Wright. Seth William Beals. Colin Patrick Whalen. Ruth Lily Caro. Ridge Mason Bowlick. Zachary Loyal Arton. Lily Louise Durkis. Holly Rose Kramer. Kaylin Joe Sparks. Isabella Andiette Gullickson, cum laude. Hannah Grace Rhodes, summa cum laude. Theodora Morin. Yanis Saurodakis. Varun Ramrakiani. Ashton Cole Scarpello. Eric Gordon Hill. Otis Eugene Miller III. Taj Johnson, cum laude. Lee Ingalls Fletcher, cum laude. Aaron James Standifer. Lorne R. Casebeer, magna cum laude. Ileana Maribel Cáceres. Jada Sabir. Victoria Bell Saucedo. Mia Isabel Murray. I will now read the names of the graduates who are unable to be in attendance at today's ceremony. Rose Elizabeth Adams, cum laude. Camden Theodore Bergquist, magna cum laude. Colby Dean Bullard. T. Beckett Finn Christensen, magna cum laude. Owen Clayton Palm. Kylie Marie Hard, magna cum laude. Seth Hyatt. Kayla A. Limquist, magna cum laude. Piper Ann Leeson, magna cum laude. Thomas Joseph Munkin. Timothy James Murphy. Sydney Scout Raffino. Alexis Jasmine Samuels. Hunter Ray Sargent. Mr. President, this concludes the reading of the names of the graduates of the Cornell College class of 2025.
Thank you, Provost Crawford. So 6 years ago, at our commencement for the class of 2019, I spoke about a fire, not on our campus, knocking on wood, but at one of the most iconic buildings in the world, the Cathedral of Notre Dame in Paris. You may recall, back in 2019, Notre Dame had suffered a catastrophic fire. Thankfully, though many of us were worried that Notre Dame was beyond repair, the structure was not completely destroyed. With 13 million visitors each year, it is in fact the most visited monument in Paris, in fact in all of France, more so even than the Eiffel Tower. And Notre Dame's importance to the French identity is perhaps really best illustrated by this fact. Notre Dame is point zéro, which is to say 0.0, which means that all distances to Paris from all across France are measured from the square right in front of Notre Dame. In every sense, Notre Dame is at the heart of the nation. And so this past year, as you were finishing up your senior year, after years of careful restoration, Notre Dame finally reopened just before Christmas. It's magnificent once again and stands as a symbol of endurance and renewal. And during this restoration, I learned something about Paris that I had not known before. Now, before I get into that, I'd like to take a little brief detour from Paris back to Iowa and maybe across the Midwest. What a fun little detour. So, thank you for the laughter. So, there's a tradition of towns, at least in Iowa, giving themselves catchy slogans. For me, I find it deeply charming and telling of local pride. So, for example, Dubuque, the masterpiece of the Mississippi. Denver, Iowa, the mile-wide city. Lake City, Iowa, everything but a lake. And then my personal favorite, Reedland, Iowa, 857 friendly people and one old grump. Well, it turns out that Paris has a motto too, and it's not just the City of Lights. Its official motto, inscribed in Latin on its original city crest, is as follows: Fluctuat nec mergitur. She is tossed by the waves, but does not sink. It's a reference to the Seine River, which flows right through the city's heart, and it's also a powerful symbol of resilience. The motto, adopted in 1853, the year we were founded, under Baron Haussmann, who reshaped modern Paris, reflects the city's enduring spirit. Paris has been tossed by many waves: the Romans, the Vikings, revolutions, world wars, and yet it has never sunk. In fact, it's only grown stronger. Well, here at Cornell, you too have also been tossed by the waves. You've experienced triumphs and setbacks. You've discovered that you are capable of doing hard things even when it felt impossible. You made it through COVID. You completed challenging classes that some of you thought you could never do. You wrote papers and made presentations on novel ideas. You conducted groundbreaking research. You won and you lost championships. You performed in challenging plays and you played challenging pieces of music. And you supported each other through deeply personal hardships. We've all had them. And through these moments, you've learned from success, from failure, from resilience, from each other. You've discovered that success is wonderful, it is, and failure isn't the end of your story. It's often just the beginning. You did not sink. You have not sunk, and I guarantee you, you will not sink. My charge to you today is very simple. Be like Paris. Embrace the waves. They're not going to stop, and neither will you. Keep learning from your successes and also from your failures. Keep trying, because the failure to try, in fact, is the most common failure, and it's probably the hardest to learn from, let alone understand. With that mindset, I know that you will not sink. With your Cornell College degree, you now join 172 years of our legacy. You are a part of a global network of alumni who are proud of you, ready to support you, eager to connect with you, and I encourage you to stay in touch with them and with us here on campus. The Hilltop will always be one of your homes. And I will tell you, we will miss you. We really will. So on behalf of the faculty, the staff, the Board of Trustees, our alumni, I'd like to again wish you congratulations to the class of 2025.
We're almost there, and obviously we've got some folks that are eager to see you waiting outside. But before that, we have one final Latin lesson today. Alma mater, literally nourishing mother in Latin, denotes both a college's anthem, which we are about to sing together, and the college that you graduated from. And graduates, a few short minutes from now, you will be able to say that Cornell is your alma mater. So will our alma mater singers please join us on stage now? As we close our ceremony today, those on stage and then our faculty will recess, after which graduates will recess to the back of the arena to pick up their diplomas. And enclosed in the envelope with your diploma, this is important, will be your meal tickets for lunch, served through 1:30 p.m. Guests, please remain at your seats until all students have recessed to the back of the arena. Once students receive their diplomas, they may greet family, friends, and faculty. And signs on the east and west walls of the arena identify where faculty from various departments and divisions will be available to greet you. So now, please stand and remain standing for the singing of our alma mater, Cornell, Greater Be Thy Name, with the audience joining for verse 3, and that will be followed by our benediction.
Please remain standing for the benediction as you have. A friendly reminder, following the conclusion of our ceremony, please stay at your seats and keep the aisles clear as the graduates and faculty recess.
Today, you cross the threshold and leave this community.
But as others have said, you join a group of kindred souls who have come and gone before you.
While you step onto a path unknown, wherever you go, fellow travelers are there to greet you, to guide you, and be your companions, whatever joys or difficulties your journey may bring.
May the Spirit guide you as this next chapter of your life unfolds.
May you enliven hope and create good in the world.
May you go forth and do that which calls you to make this world a more loving, a more compassionate place.
May you use your skills and gifts in this world every day.
May it be so. Amen. Congratulations, class of 2025.